Good morning, Mr. Ponder. The year-end space fair is coming up so soon. The students and staff are excited to celebrate this year's successes. We have a lot of decisions to make in a short time, so let's get started.
I agree, Mr. Flatout. I'm new to the committee, so I have been doing a lot of reflection and pondering on all the decisions we need to make. It's important we take the time to make sure we don't rush into something.
I thought it would be helpful for me to make some decisions beforehand. So I went ahead and booked a rocket ship for the event. Who doesn't love a rocket ship?
Rocket ships are great, but I think we should have done some research to see which company might be the most cost efficient and have the best safety rating. How can you be sure you found the best option?
We have such a short time to get this event planned. There isn't time to waver back and forth. I think we should really get on picking out our food options for the night as well. Let's go with cotton candy machine and a corn dog stand.
I think it is important to gather some opinions from other staff members to see what they would prefer. Everyone should have a say in the final decision.
We don't have time to get everyone's choice. There is something for everyone if we go with something sweet and something salty.
I have been listening to your conversation and I'd like to offer some support. You both have strengths that can be beneficial in this situation. Mr. Flatout, you are able to think quickly and make decisions without second guessing yourself. Why don't you help me make the program schedule for all the entertainment acts at the fair? We have lots of acts to schedule, and your quick thinking will help me get to it all organized in a short amount of time. Mr. Ponder, you value data collection to make an informed decision. It's almost lunchtime. Why don't you take a quick survey of the other teachers to see what fair foods they would like to see at the fair? Using both of your strengths and preferences will help us host the best year-end fair this solar system has ever seen.
Good afternoon, my little pumpkins. I hope you all had a fantastic time at the school dance last night. I want to hear all the details.
Yeah, Miss X, it was wild. You should have seen Larry and Sandra. I think they're dating now.
Oh gosh, you crazy eights. Now let's continue our learning, my sweet little muffins. Do I have a treat for you? Are you ready for a little song? Order of operations, brackets, exponents, multiply, divide, addition and subtraction. Do it in this order from left to right, giving each operation its very own line, and do it every time. Thank you, my little sweethearts. Now let's get to work. Continue working on page 38, numbers 1 to 10 for today's assignment. Remember the order of operations song. How's my sweet little lollipop doing today? Is there something wrong? You seem so quiet.
I'm doing fine, miss. Can I put my earphones in and listen to music while I work?
How about we sing the order of operations song together?
No, thank you. I'd rather not.
Okay, but if you want to sing together, let me know.
Excuse me, Miss Extrovert. Could we have a quick discussion in the hallway?
Yes, of course. I'll be right back, my little snooky wookies.
I noticed that little Miss Introvert wasn't interested in singing the Order of Operations song.
Yes, I think she's a little bit shy.
Have you ever considered asking Educational Assistant Introvert to help her?
No, she's very smart and doesn't ask for help very often.
Perhaps you should ask Educational Assistant Introvert to help her out with this Order of Operations concept. The reason I grouped you and the EA together was in hopes that you would use your individual strengths as a dialectical approach in the classroom.
Sounds good, boss.
Hi there, I see you need some help with the Order of Operations.
Yeah, I do. I don't understand it, and I don't really feel like singing that stupid song.
Have you ever heard of bed mass?
Wow, that is ever so straightforward and so much easier to understand than singing that silly song.
Good evening, Rigid the Third. You're on time as usual, just like clockwork.
Why, thank you, Principal Dialectic. I just can't stand it when there's a change in the schedule. I haven't stayed in the same job in the same district and lived in the same house for all of these 20 years for no reason.
Have you seen Mr. Adaptable today, by any chance? He's 5 minutes late.
Why, no, I can't say that I have. I never look outside my classroom window. Being late is unacceptable. I always get up at exactly the same time each day, go to work at the same time, and leave work at exactly the same time. Plus, the school handbook dictates that we must always be on time for every meeting. It's on page 34, line 16.
Whoa! There was a tiger at my bus stop, so I had to create a paraglider from an old sailboard, then leap off a mountain to get here.
Impossible! There are no tigers in Victoria. Page 12, line 42 of the school handbook states that it is not acceptable to lie to another member of staff.
Easy there, Mr. Rigid the Third. Please try to be polite. Mr. Adaptable, your father MacGyver would be proud of you. Now down to business. Grade 5's yearly campout in the woods is almost upon us. You two will be the lead teachers facilitating the event. I trust it will run smoothly and without incident. I have placed you two in charge of this together for very good reasons. Goodbye.
Oh man, major bummer. Planning a camp? I'm no good at thinking ahead. I live in the now. How can we possibly organize all this, Rigid?
Have you even read the school handbook, Adaptable? Pages 74 through to 87 clearly lay out how to organize and plan school excursions. I have been the sole lead teacher on the camp every year for 10 years now. I cannot even begin to fathom why Principal Dialect put us together for this event. Still, page 62, line 13 of the school handbook clearly states that we must follow explicit instructions from school leadership.
There are procedures and policies in place already for this? I had no idea. Wow, Rigid, that is totally awesome. I always thought you were a bit of an old stiff, but your knowledge of the school handbook really saved the day here. How can you even remember all of that? Now, children, let's see how many flowers we can all collect. Then we'll gather the data, average the results, and make a graph when we get back to the campsite. Remember, stay within sight of me at all times.
Mr. Adaptable, where have you and the students been? We're supposed to be back at the campsite, completing page 29 of the mathematical textbook, Graphs and Averages.
But we aren't making use of this beautiful landscape if we do that. I thought this was a better way.
Enough! I have run this camp exactly 10 times now. I explicitly wrote down in the plan that students were to complete page 29 today. Page 29! Deviation will not be tolerated. Wait, what is that? Is that a tiger? My goodness! What shall we do? There's nothing in the school handbook that deals with this.
Don't worry, I think I know what to do. Ha! Ha! Ho! Ha! 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 Ho! Ha!
Wow, Mr. Adaptable, I am impressed. I can't imagine what would have happened if you weren't here. Thank you.
No problemo, Rigid. If you'd like, I can show you how I'm incorporating page 29 into our outdoor setting. The math textbook has valuable information, but let's make it fun and contextual for the students.
I don't usually condone deviation from the norm, but I believe that from now on I might make some exceptions. To be quite honest, I think we've both learned a valuable lesson from this. We must thank Principal Dialectic when we get back to school.
Right on, Rigid! I feel much closer to you now. I also value your perspective much more than I did before.
A few questions to get you thinking. How can we as leaders use staff strengths to create more dynamic teams.
Have you ever been paired in a situation where a leader paired you with someone dichotomous to you?
How does a leader best communicate their expectations around dialectics to their staff?